Yo, what's up? This is T. Welcome back to my channel, Coach T's Hard Knocks School of Business, where business knowledge meets street knowledge. That's right, where business knowledge meets street knowledge, baby. Listen, if you haven't done it already, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. That's right, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Listen, we're going to get right on down into the real nitty gritty. Here's the deal, baby. Here's the deal. I told you in the last video, I said, hey, I had a client that hit me up and told me that she was a little bit confused on what revenue was. I already knew. If she didn't understand revenue, she didn't understand expenses. That's right. If she didn't understand revenue, she didn't understand expenses. Why? Because look, they go hand in hand. They like what and what. They like tick and tock. They like this and that. That's right. They go together, baby. Revenue and expenses go together. So listen, in this video, we're talking about what? You guessed it. We're talking about expenses, baby. We're talking about expenses. Listen, so check it out. The first question is, T, what is an expense? What are expenses? I hear about expenses all the time when they're talking about business. What is an expense? Listen, I'm telling you right now, and if you're a business owner, listen, here's the deal. An expense can be your best friend or it could be your worst enemy. You didn't hear me. Let me say that again. If you own a business, if you run a business, if you call yourself in business, okay, an expense can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. All right, let me explain what that. Let me explain what I'm really talking about. Let me explain what I'm trying to say, because some people look at, what you talking about? Expense? I gotta spend some money. What? Listen, here's the deal. It's like this. Okay. All the money you make, you're not going to get to keep. That's right. All the money you make, you're not going to get to keep. You got to pay some taxes. Okay. At the end of the day, you got to pay some taxes. Now, there's some things that you probably got to have for your business. Okay. That you got to buy. And that's one reason why you're going to lose some of your money, because you got to go buy some things. And then you're going to have to pay your taxes. Okay? You're going to have to buy some things for the business, and you're going to have to pay taxes. There's no other way around it. I've never seen a business that all it does is make money, and there's nothing you got to buy. There's nothing you got to buy in order to make it happen. In order to be in business, in order to make money, you got to spend money. In order to make money, you got to spend money. I've never seen a business that you can have that could be a successful business that you didn't have to spend any money on. Okay? That money you spend, you guessed it, is an expense. The money you spend on your business is an expense. Now, here's the thing. Everything that you spend money on is not going to be considered to be an expense to the business, right? There are some things that you're able to spend money on that are going to be expenses to the business, that's going to be relevant to the business, right? When you spend money on the business and it's relevant to the business, then it's going to be considered an expense. Now, I'm telling you, don't try to get real funny style about it. Because here's the deal. At the end of the day, the IRS is going to determine whether or not it's an expense or not. And if they decide it's not an expense, you're going to have to pay them some more money. But here's why I say this is why I say an expense can be your best friend or your worst enemy. The reason why it could become your best friend is because an expense can reduce how much you have to pay in taxes. The more expenses you have, the more expenditures you have that are considered to be expenses that are relevant to your business, you get to reduce the amount of money that you have to pay in taxes. Now, the reason why it could become your worst enemy is because if you have more expenses than you have revenue, that means you have less money than zero. Let me say that again. If you have more expenses than you have revenue, then you have less money than zero. That means Zero is here, and the amount of money you have is down here. Okay? So the goal is this. The goal is you do want to reduce the amount of taxes you have. But at the same time, you don't want to have so little taxes that you're not, the reason why you don't have any taxes is because you just ain't making no money. That's all. That's downright ignorant to be in business, and you just in the business just to lose money. As a matter of fact, you can only do that so long. That's actually considered to be, after a certain amount of years, that's actually considered to be a hobby loss to the IRS, and then that becomes a problem. Losing money then becomes a problem to the IRS. You know, not paying the IRS their money and then losing money intentionally. And whether you say it's intentional or not, if you just keep losing money year after year after year, you know, that's considered to be a hobby loss, and then that becomes a problem. Okay? But bottom line is, your expenses could become your best friend, or it could become your worst enemy. Now let's just look at it from becoming maybe not just your best friend, but just a friend. Not necessarily your worst enemy though. Somewhere in between an enemy and your best friend. Because you're like, I don't want to spend my revenue. I want to keep all the revenue. No, you can't do it. I mean, you can't do it. I hate to, I very seldom say can't. I don't even like to tell my clients that when they say can't, I look the other way. I close my ears. Like, you can't say can't. Okay? But what I'm going to say is, you can't do it. You've got to spend money to make money. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're definitely qualifying what you're spending on an everyday basis. You want to qualify what you're spending and to see if it can be considered to be relevant to your business. And then it becomes a business expense. For instance, if you have a car, most of the time, I'm going to say most of the time, I'm not going to say 100% of the time because 100% is never right. But most of the time, when you buy gas, that can be an expense. Now, here's the deal. If you got a car, you probably are not able to get around without buying gas. So anytime you buy gas, that can reduce that can reduce your amount of taxes you owe just by the mere fact that it's an expense. What that looks like is this. Let's say you make $1,000 a day. Let's say you got a big truck and you have to buy $100 worth of gas. Well, that expense is $100. The revenue is $1,000. So your gross profit is $900. Let's just use easy math. Let's just say 10%. Let's say you're paying 10% in taxes. Let's say 10% in taxes. So if you're paying 10% in taxes, on $1,000 you're paying $100, and on $900 you're paying $90. You still have to buy gas, regardless. All right, real simple. So what I'm telling you is there are things that can qualify as expenses, that you want to qualify those things as expenses that you're doing every day, the things that you're doing every day. Now how you have your business set up, your business entity, your business bank account, and all that stuff set up, how you have all that stuff set up, it's going to make a difference. And if you don't really understand business entities and business bank accounts and that kind of stuff, you need to go back and you need to watch my previous videos on business entities and business bank accounts. But bottom line is, we're talking about expenses. Okay? You want to qualify as much as you can as expense. So here's the deal. I like to wear hoodie shirts. I like to wear hoodie sweatshirts. You know what I'm saying? I like to wear my hoodie, right? Well, when I go to the store and I buy my hoodie for my business, and let's just say my business is doing business blogs, I'm probably not able to consider my hoodie to be a business expense. So I go spend $50 on a hoodie. I'm going to buy that hoodie anyway. I'm not able to spend that. I'm not able to qualify that as a business expense. But when I put this hoodie on my blog, then it's marketing. Then it's a business expense. Right? there are many things that can be qualified as a business expense. And what I'm telling you is, if you really want to grow your business, the first thing you need to do is you need to qualify the things you do every day that are expenses that you're not using right now. You're not qualifying as expenses, and you need to do that in order to reduce your taxes, and then you need to start growing your business from there. I just said a whole lot of stuff. I just gave you a whole series of lectures in about 10 minutes on business expenses. I'm telling you, you need to listen to me. Here's the thing. If you really want to know how to grow your business and really qualify your expenses, listen, go to my website, terodrobinson.com. Sign up for a 30-minute consult. Go to my website, terodrobinson.com. Sign up for a 30-minute consult. I'm telling you, there are probably things you're doing every day that we can qualify as business expenses. Okay, every day, and you're gonna spend your money on it anyway, and you can grow your business and reduce your taxes. Listen, man, I'm telling you, holla at your boy. Go to my website, terodrobinson.com. Sign up for a 30-minute consult. I'm not really going to hold you long much more, because just like we talked about in revenue, you say, well, how much expense can I have? How many expenses can I have? If it qualifies for it, use it. If it qualifies as an expense, use it. Okay, it's not a number set to it. This is how big businesses grow. This is how small businesses become medium-sized companies that become big business, because they utilize the vehicles that they have in order to qualify their businesses to do certain things. And the first thing you need to be able to understand is how to qualify your expenses. Listen, man. You got any questions, hit me up. Leave me a message in the comments. Go to my website, terodrobinson.com. Hit me up. Listen, it's been good. It's been real good. I'm glad you stopped by to holler at your boy one more time. And I look forward to seeing you win again next week.